St. Louis. St. Louis. Brown girl in America know that I was thinking about coming to St. Louis sometime soon. I got to figure it out. Hotel Wi-Fi messing up. I'm sorry about that. But I got to figure it out. I have to figure it out because it's hard for me to go into some of these cities if y'all are not safe. I can't bring my high value self to y'all cities if the YNs is out here carjacking people. I don't think that I'm gonna visit Memphis. I really wanted to visit Memphis and check out the barbecue. I really wanted to come and see what's happening in Memphis. I won't let you stay downtown. I do. I want to come and visit some of these places, maybe even invest in some of the infrastructure there because I think it's a great opportunity, but it's hard. I can't go to Memphis. I can't. I want to, but the older I get, the more Ruben Pfefferish I become, and it's hard for me to justify being able to fly into a city. I was talking to a guy that came to Detroit for a football game, and he said that he was from Memphis, and I said, "What's going on?" "Oh man, it's rough, bro. I love it here. I didn't expect for it to be like this, but Memphis, man, they need some changes in leadership. They need this, they need that." I said, "So you saying don't come to Memphis?" He said, "Not yet. We got to figure it out. Not yet." He was a black guy. Anton, do you own any pets? Yeah, my girl. Feisty cat in the bedroom. Anyways, I'm gonna read some of y'all super chats in a minute, but let me share with y'all what's happening over here in Memphis. We're gonna spend a couple minutes on it and we're gonna get there.
Now in the city, a 16-year-old is in custody. He's been busted 2 nights in a row, police say, for leading officer chases. And both times they tell us he was driving a stolen car that was taken from a rideshare driver at gunpoint. This latest carjacking happened around 2 this morning in North City near Carter and Newstead. And the carjacking the night before occurred north of there around Newstead and Carter. First Alert 4 Shoshana Stahl has been following the story for us. And Shoshana, even police say they're getting frustrated at the criminal justice system.
Lauren, they are. And at this hour, police tell me they're looking for the other kids involved in this latest carjacking. They ran from police this morning. Today's crime happened around 2 a.m., and that's well after curfew for teens. Police say they're looking into potentially citing the parents. But after 2 nights in a row of being targeted, rideshare drivers say this just reinforces their safety concerns.
Nothing's going to change when there are zero consequences.
Rideshare driver David Woods is frustrated and disheartened to hear another driver was held at gunpoint by teens and then carjacked.
Even though you're a kid, your actions still have very, very real consequences.
St. Louis police say around 2 a.m. Thursday, a Lyft driver picked up several teens at North Newstead and Carter in North City. While driving, one of the passengers held a gun to the driver and demanded he get out of the car. At some point, the car was found and police started chasing. The 16-year-old driver taken into custody and remains there. Police say the kid is the same driver from the carjacking of an Uber driver turned police pursuit Tuesday night.
Now, think about this for a second, y'all. Think about this for a second. Then I was telling people on the Anton Daniels channel, I said, when I was coming up in the 90s, carjacking was a serious offense. Carjacking was almost as bad as killing somebody. They was giving out football numbers back in the 90s. I know in Michigan and Detroit, they was giving out football numbers for carjacking. And a lot of times, the only reason that I think that they backed off a little bit from the really, really strict penalties on carjacking, check this out. This is how bad it was, right? Carjacking was so bad. How do I know? Because I got carjacked. I have carjacked. I probably can pull up the police report. I need to go and figure out if I can pull up that old police report. But the reason that I think that they kind of eased up off of it as far as giving out football numbers for carjacking is because the criminals started to find out that they was giving out such heavy penalties if you got caught for carjacking that they would just kill the person that you was carjacking. The criminals found out that they was giving out such heavy numbers when they got caught carjacking. So in order to make sure that they felt like they wouldn't get caught with any witnesses, they would just kill everybody or kill the person a lot of times, even if the person gave up their car willingly. That's how bad it was. So to think that this kid, 16 years old, driving around in a car, or not, yeah, driving around in a Stoli, right? The Stoli that they carjacked, a rideshare driver, 4 of them in a car, YNs. I wouldn't even pick them up in the first place. I've talked to Uber drivers and Lyft drivers, and I say, yeah, man, how's your day going? Oh man, I risked it. I went and took a ride down in such and such place. They'll name whatever the neighborhood is. And I said, how'd that go? Man, I don't think I can do it again. Why? What happened? I think that they was transporting guns, and so they called a Lyft ride. They called the Uber driver. Dude was standing on the porch, and he was like this. And I said, "Hey, your Uber is here." He said, "Who that? Who that in the car?" He said, "Man, I can't do it, bro. I can't do it." And we used to complain back in the hood. We used to complain that you couldn't get no cabs. I come from an older era. The cabs did not pick up in the hood. The cabs back in the day did not come to you can call a cab company. It was a checker cab company. It was a yellow cab company. Hey, I need a cab to this place, to this place. You're just going to have to walk and try to catch the bus. You're going to have to figure out what the bus system is because the cab companies, a lot of them drivers, they would not come to the hood. They would tell you, yeah, we'll be there in an hour. They not coming. They're not coming. And the reason why y'all can't get no rides or you can't get no any kind of food desert, every single store you go up in, it's got a big old thick 10-inch plexiglass on it and stuff like that, is because you don't know how to act. If you want to know why you get treated the way that you do, is because you don't know how to act at all. At all. You don't know how to act. And so this guy, he carjacks a Lyft driver or whatever it is that he got to do. He carjacks somebody. His parents get him out. First of all, they didn't catch the other 3 of them apparently. Or they parents get him out. And then he go in car. How do you even get out for a carjacking, bro? How do you get out? You shouldn't be getting bond. But I've learned. I'm going to tell you why he got out. Check it out.
The same driver from the carjacking of an Uber driver turned police pursuit Tuesday night.
If they are committing the crimes at 16, who knows what they will be doing at 26 if they make it to 26.
These 2 crimes happening only a mile apart from each other. The 4 juveniles involved in the first carjacking were released to their guardians.
I think they're frustrated for the victims who don't have to be victims. There was a 36-year-old man last night that did not have to have a gun put to the back of his head. Our officers see this. They see it. They feel the pain. They feel the trauma that a victim goes through. And they see how easily preventable it could have been.
In Missouri, there's a point system to charge juveniles and a certain amount of points needed to be held on that crime.
These liberal cities, because listen, it's not the police officers. The police officers are like military members. They on the front lines. Often at times, the police officers show up after the crime has already happened because they can't arrest you for something that you didn't do. So the police officers do their job. They come and track you down. Tackle them. Put them in cuffs. The police officers come and tackle you. They got to worry about Black Lives Matters and DL Hughley talking stuff about them if anything ever happens where you get overly aggressive and you tackle them and then they break their ankle because they was running from you, then they going to try to sue you. All right. Police officers do their job. They get them into the facilities. They arrest them. They get them into the juvenile detention centers. The judges and all of these liberal people, they say, you know what? Let's develop a point system. You mean like GTA? You don't automatically go to 4 to 5 stars. You go 1 star, get out, 2 stars, get out, 3 stars, get out. So you can get out with no bond. They release them back to the parents that let them out in the streets in the first place. They go back outside and then they get to carjacking again. Ain't y'all tired, bro? Ain't y'all tired? Don't send me nothing else talking about the community. Don't send me anything else saying, Anton, I want you to react to this, or what about when white people do it? You 13% of the population and your kids commit over 50% of the crimes. Over 50% of the violent crimes. Let me be specific. 13% of the population, more than 15% of the violent crimes, or more than 50% of the violent crimes. What you want them to do? What you want us to do? What you want us to do? Huh? How do you suggest we solve for you being 13% of the population, 50% of the violent crime? End it all. End it all, Aaliyah. End it all. End it all. They got to start arresting the parents. When you're going to think twice before you have a kid. I want the parents fighting their children before the police. No, ain't no you just walking out, the police going, no. Because see, if you know that your little nigga going to get arrested if he head outside, no, y'all going to be fighting. Tussle with him, fight with him. No, listen, I'm going to deal with you unless the police deal with you because they ain't coming to arrest me. They not coming to arrest me. You got to start holding these parents accountable for their children. I don't care what the woke mob say. I don't care what woke culture say. I don't care how much they trying to finesse us into believing that they know what they talking about and all of that. If you knew that you was going to be held accountable after you go and pick your child up from jail, that you was going to be held accountable for what they did, you would be hell on earth strict about defending the world against your kid. You would be hell on earth about defending the world against your kid. If more parents were held accountable, we wouldn't have so many of them in the jail system. Because I'll be damned if my kid is out there. Wait, what? Nope. Who you going out there with? Sharkeisha? You can't hang with Sharkeisha. Dad, I mean, I'm not going to do. Nope. Because Sharkeisha is, you know what's going to happen with Sharkeisha. What's going to happen with Sharkeisha? She going to have 3 baby daddies. She going to be pregnant. Nope, you can't hang out with her because I'm not going to jail for you. If you knew that you were going to be fined, sent to jail, your kid get caught in the car, you lose your license. Your kid get caught driving a car, stealing cars, okay, you got to lose your license and you got to go to whatever the punishment for the kid is, the parent got to deal with also. whatever the punishment for the child, you would have to deal with it also. All of y'all would have y'all kids in order. All of y'all would have y'all kids. Wouldn't be no crime on the streets. Because the one thing I know about the ratchets is that as they get older, they're not really trying to go to jail because they still got to hit the streets, baby. You will be way more careful with who it is that you had children with. Way more careful. Man, you listen, let me tell you something. You cut out all of them food stamps, you cut out the welfare, you cut out all of that, not you cut out the support system, you just kick the kickstand from under it, and you let people fend for themselves. Let me tell you two things that's gonna happen. The first thing that's gonna happen is people gonna still figure out a way to be able to survive. One thing I know about people is they are resilient. We are survivors. I'm a survivor. That now you don't want to listen to that song on Beyonce. One thing, they're gonna figure out how to feed themselves. I don't care if they sell box. I don't care what you're doing. You're gonna figure out how to feed yourself. And the second thing they're gonna do is they're gonna start being very careful with who it is that they lay down with. We enable bad behavior. Here's free condoms. Use them. Take that condom, hit you in your eye with it, and then bend over, bust it down for a real one. Let that nigga give her AIDS. It's because y'all come up with solutions. Oh, listen, we got prep for you to keep your viral load down. In the 90s, we seen Magic Johnson was like, oh, Magic Johnson got the monster. People didn't even want to play basketball with Magic Johnson. That's why he left. Magic Johnson didn't voluntarily retire. Magic Johnson, nobody wanted to check him. Kept on letting him go to the hole. Finger roll. It's the Magic Man. No. It's the Lakers. The Lakers are wonderful. The Lakers are wonderful. Finger roll into the hole. He was fat in the NBA. Put him on a dream team. Let him ride the bench. Ain't nobody want to check Magic Johnson because ain't nobody wanted to scratch him because they thought that they was going to get A's if they scratched him. Everybody thought that they was going to get A's because they scratched Magic Johnson. The Magic Man. He went, he did a talk show. He was on like late night BT or something like that. He was trying to be like the next Arsenio Hall. Y'all may not be familiar with all of this, but I'm going to bring y'all up to speed. Magic Johnson, if Magic Johnson can go through a rebrand and he can, if Magic Johnson can get AIDS, get kicked out of the league, but check it out. Check out what Magic was able to do. Magic Johnson is heralded as one of the greatest people in our community. Magic Johnson went through a whole rebrand. He didn't even get divorced. Him and Cookie was still, they went to have some more kids. They got EJ. EJ is 9 feet tall and wearing heels. Okay. Looking just like Magic Johnson. Big backed and wearing heels. Magic Johnson has some more kids. He stayed married and he got richer. And he's pedestalized in the community. If Magic Johnson can make it, you can. That's my life lesson. Anytime I feel like that I'm down and out and life is hitting me and beating me up, and maybe too many people is talking about me negatively, and oh my God, I'm not feeling myself. I just look at a picture of Magic Johnson. This nigga's alive. He's shooting basketball on a yacht with his big self. He able to overcome AIDS, a sassy son. He stayed married and he got richer. And he became a part of the Dodgers. And he was a part of the Lakers ownership group. And he's still doing interviews and everybody act like he ain't got HIV. I said, well, listen, if Magic can make it, if Magic can rebrand, I'll be damned if I can't get 1 million subscribers. That's my motivation. No, it ain't nothing but Magic. Magic got me on a pathway to 1 million subscribers. Magic is playing basketball on the yacht in the sun. He ain't lost no weight and he supposedly got HIV. Ain't lost a pound. Just dribbling. I know I can win. Nigga. You can overcome anything in life. That's what magic taught me.